The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Bills and the Panthers, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place, those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now Allen. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Now a first carry here for their running back. And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Throwing now is Allen. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35. Allen now looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And a nice shot to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The first screen pass, good for 5. From the 29, here's 2nd and 5. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Right back to him on first down. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. To the air, Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Allen gonna throw. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal color.
And what an incredible athlete with a cannon for an arm. And he's drawing comparisons to some of the best mobile QBs the league has ever seen. In addition, this is a young man who's learned from his mistakes along the way. Prepares really well each and every time now. And he's got an opportunity to blossom in this system.
Throwing to start the drive. Sellers. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they get him down, but now he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Willis with a quick throw out wide. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. You hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Back to throw. Sellers. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Now Willis. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
There's a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Here's more on the return. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll go as a 46-yard return of 7. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. And he will find his man on the outside. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
A lot of tight ends just use their size, their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. 66 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early. They've got it 1st and 10. To throw, here's Willis. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Payne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Here's Willis. It's a short one here, complete to tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. Action, Willis. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get it. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will remain a completed pass. Now Willis to throw. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Willis. This is caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on fourth down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get him the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. In his own end zone, it's Allen. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's Allen. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA's. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Now Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive, because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Check, Matt.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Allen. Quick throw. That's complete on the inside slam. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's taken on the 25. Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. Now, we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 8. Here's Willis. And a quick throw here. That's complete. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Shotgun snap to Willis. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Second and 10. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Trap 60. Warriors 70.
To throw, here's Willis. There throws a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
That's over the middle and caught by the rookie.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Bills' 24-yard line.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Looking to throw. Sellers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. From midfield, here's Allen. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Here's Allen to throw it. And he will find his man on the outside. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. Back to throw again. He'll be hit and taken down at the 20 line. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up. And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Allen from the gun on third down. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up fourth down. And his kick is indeed good, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game. And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Here we go. 18, 5 in. 19 tight.
Slot man moves right.
Last play of the half. Here's Willis.
Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. So looks like somebody's ready to begin the regular season, skipping over halftime here in the final game of the preseason. Third quarter. Here we go. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And he won't quite make it to the 25. But the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability.
And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down. Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Back to throw, Willis. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now we've got a timeout for an injured player, and oh, this is certainly notable. That's Josh Allen, who's in some pain out there. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bills first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Hands it off out of the gun. Travis Jones makes a tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen the margin, too.
On play action, they'll throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And that ball popped free. We can hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it. Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives. And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now. Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Willis. Escaping the pressure right. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thompson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there. Now Willis to throw. Flushed out right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage moves from 137-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
19 right.
Willis is going to throw once more. And his throw is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range. Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Gets it out quickly here to the left flank. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
Let's go now.
Willis looking to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Panthers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will put them on top here in the third. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Buffalo set to get the football back here. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bills have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped them in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
The Panthers about ready to take over. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. To throw, here's Willis. Going up top. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Into space at the 45 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 11 more on that one and another first down. Now Willis to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Payne. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He's got it complete to Thompson. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. And we'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play.
Come on, come on.
On first down, it's Payne. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting unit's still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play. And we're back now. Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. The Panthers on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Back to throw. Sellers. He finds his man. Complete. That's Payne. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll look to throw again. And he rifles one incomplete. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Payne. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Panthers! A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Panthers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Well, now how about this return? And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. They'll run on 1st down. Hughes. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bills have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. He brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Payne, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He's back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Thompson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. That's out to the left, flat and complete. And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Remember now, no overtime in the preseason, but where the score is at now, overtime would be unlikely. If these guys can put it in the end zone here, they'd be looking pretty good. He finds his man, complete. It's Payne. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Here comes 2nd down at 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Down inside the 10. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal. There's some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Knocking on the door. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Here now, 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
That's caught. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
It's complete, and this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So the Bills now down by a field goal, 23 seconds to go. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Up the middle, it's Cook. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Cook again. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
This is 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So